Well, welcome to another edition of the Digicel Sports Show right here on Islandstats.com. I'm your host, Earl Baston, and joining me yet again is Jason Juggling J. Ford. How you bubbling, man?
It sounds good coming off you just said it so smoothly.
Jason Juggling J. Ford.
Yeah, it's like a song playing in your head, man.
It's a beat. I tell you, it's a beat. But Jay, we have quite a few things to talk about today. Obviously, it's first round and preliminary round of the FA Cup this weekend. The girls have returned. They were given certificates yesterday at Cabinet. There's the Optimus Renaissance Championship started yesterday. Clay Court Champions tennis started yesterday. Squash has started. Yeah, squash. Yeah. But we'll get to some of these and much more after this message from our sponsor.
You may have heard Digicel is bringing the only true fiber-to-the-home network to Bermuda. But what does that mean? Fiber-to-the-home is the fastest and most reliable way to access the internet. And with Digicel's fiber internet, the fiber goes all the way into your house. It doesn't just stop at the street. That means you get consistently fast speeds you can rely on. Think of it as a brand new internet highway that goes all the way into your home or office, and you can be one of the first to enjoy it. Visit digicelbermuda.com/fiber to register your interest in Bermuda's only true fiber-to-the-home network.
Well, Jay, yesterday a quickly arranged celebration. The government wanted to do something a little special for the under-17 women's national team for their accomplishment and their achievement thus far. And they presented them with certificates of congratulations for reaching the qualifying finals of the CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers. Yesterday on the Cabinet grounds, Premier David Burt, Sports Minister Zane De Silva, and the President of the Bermuda Football Association were all on the steps as the girls were handed their certificates and congratulated for their achievement thus far. Talking to Coach Nikita Robinson last night, she's back to business. She's ready to get the girls come down from their high right now, and let's work on the particular details that they're going to need to work on over the next few months in order to put in a good shift come the qualifiers.
Yeah, and we've been clamoring for a long time now, Earl. It's just recognizing and appreciating the accomplishments of our athletes in general. In many circles, sometimes you hear that players or athletes lack pride. But this is what helps
all around.
Not only for the individual athlete, not only for the families, because you're representing your families.
Right.
But I also think it's also great for the public to know who exactly these athletes are, especially when you're dealing with a team.
Right.
Because a lot of times, if it's an individual, and I just use for example Flora Duffy, it's one individual, so
right.
It's easy to narrow in, concentrate, whatever you want. But when you're talking about, even when you're writing up a report on a football team, you might only talk about the goal scorers,
right,
or a goalkeeper's mistakes.
Yes.
But what about the left back? What about the third?
Just as important.
What about the third girl that's on the bench?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who's just as important, not only on the bench but also in training and all these. So these type of things, everybody gets to see everybody. Everybody's feeling, because at that one particular day, there's nobody. We're all as one.
Right.
I would always stand for that. We've been talking about it. I might have did a little bit different, but in saying that, that's just me. And I say that because sometimes I would like to see it done at the end of a competition, not during a competition.
Right.
Because if that's the case, then we're going to be having a lot of motorcades. Because so many competitions that we go in.
Right.
So if we're going to have a motorcade at every step, then if we're expecting this to be a norm.
Yeah. Well,
We talked about it last show.
Rubis, we're gonna need you.
We're gonna need some designated trucks
Yeah,
and everything.
yeah.
And I'm just saying that. So that's my only but in saying that it needed to happen because let's go back a couple of years ago, girl. I don't say rich girl team created history, and it was little to no noise locally.
Yeah.
So is this make up for? We can that's the politics side of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not getting into all of that. I'm glad that it's happened, but just gotta be careful going forward because if that's set the precedence of what's gonna take to have a motorcade, well then it's gonna have to be done across the board for every sport, every athlete.
I look at it like this because it's another scenario that you have to. There's a lot of people out there that constantly say to me, "Team sports will never do anything. Team sports will never do anything."
Yeah.
This accomplishment is just one step in the direction of quietening those people.
Yes, most definitely.
Because if everybody's on the same page as a team, there's a possibility it could happen.
Yeah.
And this is just one of those instances where people can't say, "Oh, this person, that person." And you said it. It's the third person on the bench that is just as important as the person saving, scoring, blocking, kicking, heading.
Yeah.
They're just as, because if I'm third on the bench, man, I pushed those people that are on the field to get on the field.
That's right. And in team sports, injuries are part of the game.
Yeah.
So they have to be just as prepared as the starters because they might be counted on as early as the first minute and as late as the 90th minute.
Yes, indeed.
So these are the things that, like I said, for team morale, it will do great for the girls, obviously. And not only that, it will do great for the under 15s looking, girls behind it.
Yeah.
So you get to see it, as a feel-good thing. I just said, be careful where we're going to set this standard of having a motorcade because, once again, for me, it's not just football. It's not just the ladies. It's all athletes. All athletes that puts on a Bermuda shirt and wears our colors proud. We have to give everybody the same love.
Right down the table tennis.
Right down the table tennis.
Well, let's get a highlight of yesterday's motorcade and certificate presentation at the Cabinet Grounds.
Vance Braun, who's not here. Deshaun Cooper. Coach Aaron Jenkins. Aaron Lugo. Coach in absentia, Nikita Robinson. And now the team, in alphabetical order. Shania Atkinson. Satya Brachel. Emily Cabral. Leah Christopher. Chechele Gurley. All right, Delia Evan. Trinae Edmonds. Adia Gibbons. Jade Steve Hill.
Carl, make sure you get that picture correct, Carl. Right.
Jaden Masters. Caitlin Medeiros. Jaya Malakot. Lalani Nisbet. Lindsay Pacheco. Desiree Place. Corey Richards. Janae Smith. Megan Tinterton. get something?
How are your teeth?
You may have heard Digicel is bringing the only true fiber to the home network to Bermuda. But what does that mean? Fiber to the home is the fastest and most reliable way to access the internet. And with Digicel's fiber internet, the fiber goes all the way into your house. It doesn't just stop at the street. That means you get consistently fast speeds you can rely on. Think of it as a brand new internet highway that goes all the way into your home or office, and you can be one of the first to enjoy it. Visit digicelbermuda.com/fiber to register your interest in Bermuda's only true fiber to the home network.
Jay, we're going to stay with football because this coming Saturday night, 8 p.m. at the National Sports Center, Bermuda will take on Barbados in a friendly match. There's going to be a whole host of local players involved. Just got word this morning that Zico Lewis has been released by the New York Red Bulls team to come back and play. Now he's sacrificing a semi-final match on Saturday to play in this match. I don't know.
Well, and you know what, Earl? And I'm just going to play devil's advocate off the conversation we had at the last show.
Right.
By him coming back, he gains a what?
Cap.
A cap. And we say how important that is for players, not only locally, but also internationally.
Yes.
So you can make a point. He's coming back for a cap.
Yeah. But, and the other thing is
that could prove better for him negotiation-wise going down the street.
There's no guarantee he was going to be in the team for New York anyway, because he's been in and out of the second team.
And the coach might say, you know what, go get some playing time.
Yeah. I can guarantee you playing time over there. I can't guarantee you playing time here.
So now, obviously, the risk is injury.
Yeah.
And that's, but that happens that happens in any international break around the world.
Oh, yeah.
The local teams are just crossing the fingers, the toes, the arms, and hopefully somebody comes, they don't come back injured.
Right.
But in saying that, I think, as Bermudans, we're proud that it's coming back.
Yeah.
We want to see.
It adds to what we want to see is our professional players playing on our home soil, and just to see what they've learned over the.
And you just said it. The last game he was here playing, it was before he got the contract for the Red Bulls.
Yep.
So we want to see now.
What improvements? Where's the level of fitness?
Yes.
Where's the knowledge of the game? What have you learned over that short period of time? Now, because he'll probably play in a different system, people will be evaluating.
Well, expectations probably go through the roof. Let's think about it.
Yeah. Every time it touches your ball, if he gives it away, that's what you're playing out there.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, it's for any professional that comes, they're always up against it because people are so judgmental and so critical.
And not only that, the lack of exposure in the league that is at.
Right.
He's playing. If you're seeing him play on a week-to-week basis, then you get to understand what he's doing.
Right.
So those expectations might come down a bit. Because we don't know, we don't see.
Right.
We're privileged to some of the footage that we get to see via, their website or whatever.
Right.
But it's only snippets. They're not really giving us whole games
Right.
and stuff. But in saying that, let's go back to the team, the opponent. With the friendlies that have been coming, we've been looking to try to get the competition. Right. This is competition.
The ranked Islanders in CONCACAF. CFU. The ranked Islanders in FIFA. They may bring a young team, but the ranking outweighs all that.
All that. So this is the test. You want to see where your team is, and I think once again, the administration has done good to get some teams here. We keep talking about it, Earl. It's so hard for these teams to come here. But this administration now.
They've been bending over backwards to try and get matches for all groups.
Even the females.
Yeah. And we could say in the academy side, because they're working internationally. The academy is part of the international platform that they want to. And oftentimes you will hear one of the people that are administrators or coaches talk about in the strategic plan. Everything is coming to fruition from that plan that is set out. It's a 10-year plan. And it was done in consultation with clubs, with administrators, coaches, and basically that's why you don't get that big inside uproar of what you guys do and what's this, because the players lay it out. You might get those people on the outside
who's not privy to the information.
Right. Or choose not to get the information first.
That too.
That will be, uproaring about this, that, and the other.
I just thought of something, because when you talk about that plan, and within that plan, they also came with coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Mm-hmm. We had international coaches come down and work with our coaches.
Mm-hmm. Now we have a coaching union, if I could say.
Of sort.
Yeah.
So you're seeing all these little things, small little things, but this is where you start to see all of that
coming together.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's the players but now you get to see the coaching, how that's paid off, where did they get their information from. So you now connect the dots,
right?
And a lot of people just say, "Oh, I just saw you."
Right.
There's a lot more dots involved.
I had noticed something, and I was talking with Maurice Lowe on Monday on another show, and it kind of came back to me how the coaches in the academy are working. Aaron Denkins was with the first under 13s.
Yes.
Went to the under 20s with the women. The last international match Bermuda played, he was assistant coach with the men.
Yes.
He then coached the under 20s women's team.
Yes.
Now so coaches are jumping around to get experience on everything that's done at all levels. And you see, they've even had Nikita helping out with the guys sometimes.
Yeah.
They've had, the guys helping out with the girls, and so.
And we talked about it, because now they have an identity.
Yeah.
For years there was a lack of identity of what our system is, what style do we play. We talked about this before, and now there is almost one message. It might be different voices,
right?
But it's one message now.
Yeah.
So we can bring this coach in from a lower age group. It's going to be the same message.
Yep. Delivered just a little different because your way of delivering is a little, but the message will be the same.
But that's what you want, because you know what? Because now he might have a better relationship with somebody, so that he might know the ins and outs of the motivational side of motivating players. And
right.
So, I mean, Joe Baldana, and for us looking at it in the off the field, we get to see things a little bit different. And I think sometimes we don't appreciate what we see off field.
Yeah. But we'll be back after this message from our sponsor.
You may have heard Digicel is bringing the only true fiber to the home network to Bermuda. But what does that mean? Fiber to the home is the fastest and most reliable way to access the internet. And with Digicel's fiber internet, the fiber goes all the way into your house. It doesn't just stop at the street. That means you get consistently fast speeds you can rely on. Think of it as a brand new internet highway that goes all the way into your home or office, and you can be one of the first to enjoy it. Visit digicelbermuda.com/fiber to register your interest in Bermuda's only true fiber to the home network.
Jay, from Saturday night to Sunday, the preliminary round of the Bermuda Football Association's FA Challenge Cup will take place.
Will there be any upsets? Because there's always a Cinderella story when it comes to the FA competition, whether it's here or the UK. We've got the Corona League, which would be the lower division we will call in our system here. Will they upset any other team? Because we got three of them in here.
Yep. Well, St. George's are not playing well,
and they are taking on
44s, who are playing well in the Corona League. They will like their chances right now. About 3 weeks ago, not so good.
Not so good.
But St. George's have lost back-to-back games.
Yep.
And lost 4-0 at Wellington Oval on Sunday.
But you would think their confidence is going to be high because they're going to play a Corona League team.
Yeah. But can they get themselves out of the funk? Because as we all know, when that rot sets in, And the last thing on people's mind is, we can't let this Corona team beat us.
Who scores first makes a difference.
A big difference. A huge difference. St. George is going to need somebody to step up and take control of running the team on the field. It's not necessarily down to who scores the goals, but it's who rallies the players around them to ensure that they become the driving force of the game and not try to chase 44s.
It sounds like a leadership situation.
Well, yeah, somebody, see, in any team,
It's not personal. It's just
yeah,
somebody
you need somebody to say, you know what, today, follow me. Come follow me.
And it doesn't have to be the captain.
No, it don't.
Doesn't
It don't.
have to be the captain.
It just has to be somebody, like you said, that has the confidence of the team to say, get on my back.
I got this. Come on.
We're going to do this way today.
Yeah.
The coach is giving us instructions, but this is how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Right? Coach, I'm got it.
Yeah.
Let us do it. You know what I mean? And that's where you get players in teams that stand out, whether they wear an armband or not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you look at, today might not be your day.
Yeah.
You know? So, hey, let's support Jay, but come follow me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jay, look, come on my side. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do the other. And that's how you'll find teams rallying around. I know there were times when I was playing that you just didn't feel it on the day. So I would say to a player that I knew had just as much respect as I did, hey, carry the team today.
Yeah, it's your turn.
And that person would start getting vocal, and players would start rallying around that player, especially if I was like, okay, let's.
And especially if you support.
Yeah. And if it didn't work, it didn't work. But you give that person
support.
Yeah, because not every day is your day.
But you said it earlier. It's the respect level.
Yeah.
And once you have the respect, it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell everybody, it doesn't matter if it's right or it's the right way or we lost 6-0. But in the case that, you know what, we're going in as a team.
Yeah.
And let's go, guys. Come on. So a lot of times, for a guy who's maybe a bit timid, who's not as vocal, who's not as okay, it's like
he might be the most skillful guy.
Yeah, but you don't look too confident, bro.
Right.
So and I see where you're going. So, but it's be interesting. That match, St. George, where is it at?
Wellington Oval. See, remember, a month ago when this draw was made, we said that big pitch, the Georgians are playing well, this, that,
the
that.
guys.
Yeah. 44s will really believe they stand a chance.
Some of the players, stand-up players for 44s.
They've got Aquino Grant, who scored the most goals last season in the Corona League.
Yeah.
They got Kyron Franks playing in the back. Greg Ruse, who played for Devonshire Colts as goalkeeper. I'm trying to remember the guys that played.
So Justin, that alone, you got a good spine.
Yeah.
And we talk about it many times. You need a good spine in your team.
They have
some experience.
They have some experience in the team that can actually do well for them. So
keep your eyes on that guy.
Yeah.
Next.
Tough dogs. Getting Lords. They will feel good about their opportunity as well if they look at the results in Davis Head against Hamilton Parish.
Yes.
The result, not the team itself, but the result.
Yes,
they will feel, hey.
Early scoring 2 goals against Hamilton Parish, everybody's probably averaging 4+.
Yeah. So they would feel like, you know what? It might not happen, but go in St. David's, you'll say.
And Tough Dogs is one of the teams who's actually had one of the, obviously they're basically Corona League since the inception of it. You know, they haven't won every year, but they've been competitive every year. And they've got some former players
that can make a big difference.
That can score. They got some scorers.
So that should be an interesting matchup. Wolves are at home to Hamilton Parish at the Rack. Both teams are not having the best of seasons. But I think Wolves' experience.
I'm hoping Wolves' experience.
Wolves' experience.
Wolves should be all right.
I can't see them.
I would say that.
Well, I stopped. I stopped.
You see that?
I stopped. I stopped.
I'm not getting that far.
Yeah. Very interesting matchup.
If it was a draw, would you be surprised?
No.
Right.
No.
And if Wolves lost, would you be surprised?
No.
All right. So that game is a coin flip.
Yeah. Patriots across the way to Somerset Eagles.
That's gonna be a good one. And that's the rivalry that's been happening over the last quite a while. And it doesn't matter what competition it is.
Right.
It's gonna be a battle.
Eagles have been halfway decent at home.
Inconsistent. Let's go there.
Well, halfway decent at home.
Right.
Not so good on the road.
So good on the road.
So they're traveling.
Yeah. And Patriots done good on the road.
Yeah, and good at home.
And good at home.
Remember, they've beaten two of the top teams that were people had saying getting promoted in St. George's and BAA. So, Patrick will come in this game.
I think, Patrick will come in on a high. Big high.
Without a doubt.
And you can hear it, I'm watching some of these just social media, they're doing a lot of social media in the game.
Yeah.
So you see even the fans getting involved.
Yep.
And when you start seeing that the players start, because, social media becomes a beast.
But
no, that's something I think we probably watch out for, because I wouldn't be surprised once again. I think that's a coin flip. Would you be surprised if Eagles beat Patrick?
Yes.
I wouldn't. Because of the ride.
But at Southampton Oval, I would be. Yeah. You can't say we weren't shocked. We were shocked when we heard 4-1 Eagles over Patrick at White Hill Field.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
Yeah. But that's 4-1 too.
Yeah.
Like I said, if the Eagles want to beat Patrick, 2-1.
Right.
Or 3-2.
Right.
But 4-1. So, like I said, I wouldn't be shocked if the Eagles beat them. And you just said it. That even gives me more of a reason I won't be shocked.
Right.
So again, I just flip a coin.
So then the Rangers got to go to Police Field. Face Devonshire Colts.
Don't like their chances there.
Oh yeah. Remember, these two teams played early in the season.
They don't like their chances.
And I think 0-0.
They would like their chances.
Yeah.
They would like their chances.
Rangers feel good.
Another game though, but you could probably flip a coin.
Yeah.
So it's about 3 interesting matchups already. What's that?
And then this one.
BAA
against Western United at BAA Field.
At BAA, so that's both the home fields.
Oh yes,
as you were saying.
Oh yes.
Well, I tell you, it'll be interesting. The team the BA puts out.
Well,
because the team that West End will put up.
Oh yeah. I know there's some talk that Willie Clemens has been training with the squad. And the squad play Saturday night.
Yeah.
How much of that game he plays? Will he be?
And we all know how much of an influential person he is.
Yes.
If they are without his services,
West Ham will feel good about themselves. Yeah. But hey, that one there is a little tricky. Just a little tricky.
Once again, let's flip this coin. This one
too. I know there is some talk of some of the teams who have players involved in the game on Saturday night looking to have their Sunday games rescheduled. It poses a problem for the association because not many night fields. The only night field centrally located is BA, and then the other one is Somerset. If hypothetically Devonshire Colts play Rangers, and they both have players in the national squad setup.
Well, I tell you, Earl, just for the sake of argument, I'm totally against it. Play what you got.
Yeah.
Most leagues around the world, you will use these different competitions. You'll use your
alternate players,
your farm system, your loading, and these teams have them.
Yeah.
So this is now. If you're struggling, if you're that,
if you got 6 players in the squad,
if you're that concerned right now in the first round of the FA, well, your team's not strong enough to win the FA anyway.
Right. Yeah.
So what are you saying? It's different to say that, okay, this is going to hamper my chance of winning the FA. You know, in the
If I'm a quarterfinal, semifinal,
semifinals.
Yeah.
That's the first round.
Yeah.
If you think your team's not strong enough to go through from the first round, well, I'm not putting on no games. No,
Right.
no. That's no. No. Sorry, no. Hey, that's just my opinion.
But I'll say that, Coach.
Just my opinion. Just
No, not at all.
Not first round.
Yeah, that the whistle blew.
Play.
2:30 on Sunday.
Play. If you cannot, it's the first round. Play. No, I ain't heard that.
I heard that. Well, from the football field to the clay courts of Coral Beach, the clay court national championships are well underway. Got underway yesterday. A whole host of matches. Prior to that, got a chance to speak with the sports director at Coral Beach and the two head tennis pros at Coral Beach leading into the tournament. Let's get that interview. Patrick, Coral Beach is the host of the Clay Court Championships, which get underway tomorrow. Must be pleasing for you as the sports director here at Coral Beach.
Yes, fantastic. So, this event has been revived. We've got 56 entries in the tournament, 12 categories, and we're looking for some good tournament. It's an accelerated program, just Wednesday to Saturday. So we're hoping that the weather cooperates with us and that there's some good tennis played out here.
For the tournament director, this one here has been a special one because for a number of years it was going missing. It came back last year. But what are the numbers like this year around, and what are you hoping to see at the end of it all? More involvement?
Yes, we are very excited to get together about 56 people and also hosting a junior tennis tournament this year. So we're just looking forward to the tournament and having lots of people coming back and hopefully getting the tournament back to where it was before.
And for Neil, for you playing in it, it's a little more difficult as well as helping to organize it. But how do you plan to manage both playing and running a tournament at the same time? You've done it before, but when it's a championship, there's a little more pressure.
Yeah, there's definitely a little bit more pressure, but we have a great team behind us over here, so the team's going to definitely help out a lot. And then I'll be playing as best as I can, hopefully in the finals of all the events that I'm playing in. So we'll see how it goes.
How many different divisions do we have? I know it's men's singles and ladies singles, but how many divisions do we have for the tournament?
There's 12 altogether. Yes, so there's men's and women's open doubles, men's and women's open singles, century mixed doubles, open mixed doubles, and junior tournament, and 55 singles and men's singles and doubles, 55s.
Patrick, for Coral Beach, obviously having something of this nature must bode well for the organization, the complex and all, just to have a buzz around here, bring back those memories of the XL tennis tournament?
Absolutely. So we just want to say a big thank you to the BLTA for sanctioning the tournament. They were here for the draw last night, and they'll be here on hand throughout the week. We'd just like to invite all of the members of the public to come out and support the athletes. The tournament draw can be found online, but mainly at 5 o'clock in the evening, you'll see the local players coming out. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, feel free to come out and watch from our grandstands and support the players. And then on Saturday, starting at 10 o'clock, we'll have the men's and women's finals, doubles finals, mixed doubles finals, and century mixed finals staggered throughout the day, starting at 10. And then we haven't announced it yet. We're going to announce some major news in the next week or so about future tournaments to be held at Coral Beach, really big international tournaments. So we'll keep that under wraps for right now, but know that that's coming.
I know a lot more than you'd think.
You may have heard Digicel is bringing the only true fiber to the home network to Bermuda. But what does that mean? Fiber to the home is the fastest and most reliable way to access the internet. And with Digicel's fiber internet, the fiber goes all the way into your house. It doesn't just stop at the street. That means you get consistently fast speeds you can rely on. Think of it as a brand new internet highway that goes all the way into your home or office, and you can be one of the first to enjoy it. Visit digicelbermuda.com/fiber to register your interest in Bermuda's only true fiber to the home network.
Well, Jay, on the waters of the Great Sound, the Optimus National Championships are underway. We've got sailors from all over the world here. It's an opportunity for our youngsters to match up on local waters against some of the best sailors in their age group from around the world. This event is 15 years, the Renaissance Re Optimus Championships. We've seen our sailors develop into international sailors in other forms of sailing, but this is where they get their base, their start.
Earl, you mentioned about going back to the top story, we talked about the BFA with strategic playing and tenured playing.
Mm-hmm.
I can almost remember the day when I heard the plan for sailing, you know, and what they were trying to do with sailing. And it sounded, I won't say it sounded far-fetched, but they looked to get the buy-in. And once you got a major sponsor like Renaissance Re come on, it made other things a lot easier.
Right.
To going to the schools, where they went to the schools, and they really did, because at one point in time, sailing was just summertime at White's Island. That was the gist of
They've done
sailing.
a lot of work to improve
A
that.
lot of work. So I remember Ralph Richardson at the time,
Right.
actually.
Right.
And I want to say it was the Ace Foundation may have been involved many years ago.
Yep.
Many years ago.
And then came Bank of Bermuda Foundation.
Yes, exactly. So I've seen it grow, and like I said, but it needed the financial support. When you have a company like Renaissance Re who's willing to give back, not only to a sport, but also to youngsters, because
Right.
you just said it. You asked the Raquel Evans, you asked the ones who are now representing us overseas what this did for them.
It is. Let's get a roundup of the first day of racing on the waters of the Great Sound. The opening races of the 15th annual Renaissance Re Junior Gold Cup sailing event took place on the Great Sound yesterday. Straight out of the gate, it looked to be a South American drag race with Jose Rother from Argentina and Santiago Pacheco from Uruguay leading the pack. The local sailors got off to a bang as well, with 3 Bermuda sails crossing the line in the top 11 in the opening race. Sebastian Kemp finished 6th, Magnus Ringsteg 9th, and Christian Eben 13th. Well, Jay, the squash.
Stop. What's the sport called again?
Squash.
A question for you. Why is that sport squash called squash?
Squash is all the arguments around.
Good answer. Good answer. I don't know if I can find that in the dictionary. I don't think I'll find it in all.
You asked me why it was called squash. Hey, we squashed that argument a long time ago.
I did not expect that comment. But on to squash.
Yeah. Squash has started, man.
Yeah, who squashed all the arguments last night?
I'll have to go back tonight and find out.
Okay.
Because I knew. But interesting matches last night and the first night. So let's get the roundup of the first night and the second night of squash at the Squash Club. The Ruby's Grade Squash Tournament got underway last evening inside the Bermuda Squash Rackets Association Club. 2 matches went 5 games in the B division, with Mark James defeating Nick Leach 13-11, 11-7, 7-11, 6-11, 5-11, while Susie Lacey defeated John Stout 11-7, 11-8, 2-11, 4-11, 11-6. In C Division action, Joanne Bilby defeated Kevin Gillespie 11-8, 6-11, 12-10, 11-9, with Greg Fitzgerald also needing 4 games to defeat Kyle Thompson 11-3, 11-6, 10-12, 11-8. Prior to his game, Graham Moss got some tips from professional squash player and the tournament number 1 seed Michael Franklin, and he went on to defeat Shannon Rose in straight games 11-5, 11-9, 11-8 in their D Division matchup. The Ruby's Grade Squash Tournament continued inside the Bermuda Squash Rackets Association Club last evening, with all 4 top seeds in the A Division advancing to the semifinals. Michael Franklin, the number 1 seed, defeated Stephen Smith in straight games 11-7, 11-4, 11-6. Devario Thompson defeated Taylor Carrick 11-4, 11-8, 11-6. Kristen Johnson defeated Mel Keynes 11-8, 11-4, 11-5. Patrick Foster defeated Headley Farah 11-3, 11-13, 11-6, 11-5. OJ, the Elite City Basketball League played last night at Summersfield. We've had Kieran Burgess play his first game from college. And now we get news that Bermuda is one of 8 teams to be signed up for the Caribbean Basketball Association's tournament to be held in 2018. I'm not sure where, but we're still trying to find out the information. But let's get the roundup of basketball in Bermuda and overseas. Kieran Burgess and his Madison Hatton College basketball teammates went down in overtime 68-66 to Lethbridge College. Burgess went 1 for 3 from the field and 1 for 2 from the free throw line for his 3 points on the night. Burgess would also grab 7 rebounds, 4 offensive and 3 defensive boards. He also had 3 turnovers and 3 fouls on the night. The Bermuda Basketball Association's Elite City League season resumed inside the Summersfield Academy Gymnasium last evening with yet another doubleheader that resulted in 313 points. In the opener, the Hornets defeated the Renegades 54-45. Omar Wolf led the Hornets to victory with 11 points, while Corey Vance scored 11 points for the Renegades. Game 2 saw the Warriors defeat the Falcons 111-103 after double overtime.
You may have heard Digicel is bringing the only true fiber to the home network to Bermuda. But what does that mean? Fiber to the home is the fastest and most reliable way to access the internet. And with Digicel's fiber internet, the fiber goes all the way into your house. It doesn't just stop at the street. That means you get consistently fast speeds you can rely on. Think of it as a brand new internet highway that goes all the way into your home or office, and you can be one of the first to enjoy it. Visit digicelbermuda.com/fiber to register your interest in Bermuda's only true fiber to the home network.
Well, Jay, we're looking forward to a weekend of a lot of more activity. What's your plan for this weekend?
This weekend, well, obviously with the FA Cup weekend, it's going to be interesting. Might slide into one of those games. But I also want to try and do a little bit more research because I'm looking forward to the fight that's coming up next month. So I want to try to see if we can get a little information on the opponent for Nikki Bascom.
Right.
There's also going to be some more breaking news on some other
fighters. Yes.
Regarding that night. And we'll let you guys know in
due course.
And also thinking about, depending on the weather, making my way down to the south side to look at some motorsports.
Oh, okay.
Need for Speed.
Yeah.
But who knows? I just might end up at squash.
We ain't gonna squash no arguments. Folks, have a good night from the Digicel Sports Show.